The European Green Deal will make the European Union's economy sustainable, turning climate and environmental challenges into opportunities and making the transition fair and inclusive for all. The EU target is to reduce its greenhouse gas emissions by at least 55% by 2030, compared to 1990 levels. By achieving this goal, Europe will become the first climate-neutral continent by 2050. About one-third of the €1.8 trillion investments from the Next Generation EU Recovery Plan and the EU budget will finance the European Green Deal. The Just Transition mechanism is a key tool to ensure this transition happens in a fair way. It aims at helping the most impacted territories in Europe due to their dependence on fossil fuels or carbon-intensive industrial activities, and ensures the Green Deal becomes a reality. The European Commission, via the Structural Reform Support Programme, has provided tailor-made expertise to 18 member states for the preparation of their territorial just transition plans. These plans will allow member states to use European funding from the Just Transition mechanism.
DG Reform offered to member states the opportunity to get support for the preparation of the territorial just transition plans. And member states responded. 18 member states asked us to start working with them and to mobilize resources for that. We worked immediately in cooperation with national authorities of those 18 member states in order to understand their needs.
The territorial just transition plans set out how the member states will achieve a fair transition. These plans include very concrete steps for each territory.
And for that we need at least 3 ingredients. The first one is targeted financial support. This will be offered by the Just Transition Fund. The second one is to have a sound reconversion strategy of the regions which will be most impacted. And this is about economic diversification, about ensuring that workers acquire new skills to move to new jobs, and also about making the environment a more attractive one. And the third one, and that is probably the most important, is that there should be local ownership of such strategies.
Slovakia is one of the 18 member states with whom we worked. We had an excellent cooperation with the Slovak authorities. We could finalize with them the territorial just transition plans in order to develop a better future for the region, but most importantly for the people.
In the region of Upper Nitra, about 4,000 people are directly and indirectly working in coal mining activities. In the Novaki power plant, the coal is used to produce electricity and heat.
Slovakia took a courageous position, a very brave position. The government of Slovakia has decided to phase out coal by the end of 2023, which means there will be no extraction of coal post-2023 happening in Slovakia.
50% of the workforce will retire. However, the other half will need to find another job, as well as acquire new skills.
When we are talking about the just transition, we are not only talking about those workers that are in their 50s and who worked a significant part of their life in the mining sphere, but we are also talking about the youth living in the region, which needs to be equipped with skills that can create jobs with added value, jobs that will motivate them to remain in the region.
This region also faces several challenges, such as poor transport infrastructure, a limited number of small and medium enterprises compared to the national average, as well as high levels of air pollution. This region's population have worse health conditions compared to other Slovak regions. Finally, due to the closure of the coal mines, residents will need an alternative heating source.
We were part of a study that was about revitalization of buildings and about how much energy can be saved. We discovered that we can save up to 50% of energies that are going currently to housing.
Young people in general are very ambitious, so we want to make things better. We can see what could happen, so we want to change it.
The long-term vision of the Territorial Just Transition Plan is to contribute as much as possible to the objectives of the European Green Deal. At the same time, it's our priority to ensure that the decarbonization of industry is not perceived as a threat, but rather as an opportunity to develop new sectors of the economy, to create jobs in the regions in transition and to increase attractiveness of the territory in a complex manner. We are grateful for this opportunity and for this key benefit provided to us by the European Commission.
It's a very new thing. It's something unique in Slovakia. A lot of money will come to the region, and it's a big chance for us to change something.
The biggest challenge would be definitely the employment. We don't have the position in the region that we are studying for. That would be the biggest challenge for young people, the employment, and then everything else will come.
We know very well that the Upper Nitra region currently is facing a lot of challenges in terms of attracting the young generation to remain in the region, and this needs to be changed. The region needs the young generation, the region needs the young generation to remain.
This work will contribute to improve the quality of the citizens' life, will improve the local economy, will improve the environment. The climate transition can only succeed if people are included, and if the transition is fair so that no one is left behind.